few of George's friends are going to peel back the blanket just a little bit, the sheet, and tell us a little bit about George, both good and bad. We hear that George was a founding member of the Touchdown Club. And, you know, we have everything electronically done now. We've got all these records. We've gone back through the records. We can find no record of him doing it in the electronic record. We've gone back through the record books, and we can't find any record of that in the record book. However, we found a papyrus scroll and names him as a founding member of the Touchdown Club. I know that most of you are big sports fans, just like me. You can't go through a day without sports time. Staple. Wonderful to drive to work every weekday morning and be able to listen to that commercial-free sports radio. Thanks to George and all his educational grants from Federal Express. I'm looking forward to hearing what all the speakers have to say about George tonight, but I'm really interested in hearing what David Lotion has to say, because I understand he's George's co-host. But I listen every day, and I can't say that I've ever heard Dave's voice. We've got a couple of guests that need to speak right now because they have other engagements. They've been gracious enough to come. Right now, I'd like to present Mayor Mark Luttrell, Shelby County Mayor.
Well, thank you, Greg, and certainly to the Touchdown Club. I appreciate the opportunity to play a very small part in this very, very special occasion. And certainly, Greg, thank you for the invitation. Greg Gottlieb and I go to the same church. And tonight, as in many Baptist churches, is committee night. Greg is missing his committee meeting. I'm going to the committee meeting. Greg told the pastor today that he had a very important meeting tonight. I'm going to tell the pastor that Greg's drinking wine and talking sports. But what a great occasion to drink wine and to talk sports and with George Lapiides and all that he means to this community. Archie Manning, it's good to have you here. I think anybody who appreciates and loves sports loves the memory of Archie Manning. Archie, I was a big Tennessee Volunteer fan. I never will forget the fall of '69. Tennessee was undefeated. Roy Adams, correct me if I'm wrong. Tennessee was undefeated going into the Ole Miss game. He just ran all over. That was a horrible game for those of us who are Tennessee fans. But regardless of your affiliation with particular college sports programs, I think we all have to appreciate the fact that Archie Manning has been such a great ambassador for sports, not only at the collegiate level, but at the professional level. And Archie, I've often thought if you just had an offensive line, you could have lasted another 10 years. The Saints of 69, 70, and 72 are not the Saints that we see today. But certainly you were a star and certainly an ambassador for sports then, representing the sport with such dignity and with such grace. And thank you for being here tonight. Josh Pastner. Now, what more can you say about Josh Pastner? You know, I think the successful person in any line of work is one who's able to capture the style and the substance of what they do. The substance, in many ways, is the success of the team that you put on the floor, or on the field, on the court. I think we can say that Josh Pastner has captured the substance part. Josh has been a great coach with winning teams, and we appreciate that. But style is also important, because a winning team is of really no value unless you have a community that embraces the principles of that team and the values of that coach. And Josh Pastner has been a great, great success in both style and substance for the Memphis Tigers at the University of Memphis. George Lapiides, well, George Lapiides. George is not a bad habit. I think of George quite often. Like so many of you, I turn on the radio in the morning, I listen to George, I listen to his abrupt answers, I hear his rude hang-ups, I hear goodbye when people miss those trivia questions. When we get angry at George, we get offended by his harshness. What do? We turn it on the next morning, just like we've been doing for years. George, you have something in this community that few people can accomplish, and that is respect, name recognition, and legacy. You know, every political figure I know would love to have the name recognition that you have in this community. Those of us who run for political office strive for that name recognition that you have achieved through many, many years of professional sports announcement, whether it's a writer, a radio commentator, radio program host, with so many different venues you've excelled. One of the fun parts of my job as a political leader is to attend events like this and to really lift up those people who have been such a tribute to our community. George is a product of this community, born and raised in this community. He has given his life to this community. And I think it goes without saying that in spite of his harshness, his short-clipped answers, he is indeed someone who's loved. George, I have a proclamation that I'm going to leave with you. I'm going to dispense with the whereases and therefores. There's going to be a lot of things said tonight, and you don't need a lot of whereases and therefores. But I do want to just read one paragraph that I think captures the essence of George Lapiides and what he has meant to us here in Memphis. George Lapiides is the husband of Barbara Lapiides, a loving and faithful wife. We, his family, his friends, businessmen and women, and distinguished dignitaries are gathered here today to honor a kind and humble man who serves this community well and has created a bold legacy for many others to follow. And I, Mark Luttrell, would like to declare this day, October 16, 2013, as George Lapiides Day, and let all the citizens of Shelby County shout hi and hello, Godspeed. Thank you, George, so much.